Hello.
Again.
I hope, yeah, again, gotta bring that up, don't you? Yeah, I don't know what happened. OBS crashed. It went white and it did the blue circle spinny thing. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to hope it carries on forwards. Ron Sheps, Sons of Wayne, Realms, What'll Be Your Nightmare, Ellis Fire, Line Cook Thor 2006, Jamie Paxton, Christopher Lazote, Riot Demon, Larry Hughes, Pops the Tube, Misty Jazierski, Tickle Hill Cemetery, Tom Everard. Yes, take a look. Are you laughing at their screen name?
That's so good.
That's not very sensitive of you.
No, that's
What if they take it to heart that you're laughing at? What if they want like Tickle Hill Cemetery to be like terrifying?
To offend people when you go around.
Hey, wait a minute. Is Tickle Hill Cemetery like only where clowns are buried? Because that would kind of be funny.
That would be awesome.
But I digress. Tom Everard, Stanley S., John C., Scott Coiner, Scuba Steve, hello again. Edson Juice, Sarah R., Scott Colhart, Rob O'Brien, Ken Legizarish, Michelle Schulte, Miss B. Hi all. You know what? I have to not wave at the camera because it looks at my palm when I do that kind of stuff, and then it gives signals to the thing. We're back on. Yes, we are back on. Graphic UK, Lisa Harrent, Zach Weichman, Ike Camacho. It's been a while since I've seen you on, Ike. You get a Beastman fist bump. Let's give you a Beastman fist bump. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I think we're good. Rylan Chow, hello. Oh, you know what? I am going to be airbrushing tonight, and it's going to hurt your soul because I didn't clean it from the last time that I used it.
Did you clean it ever?
I had cleaned it before. I'll probably clean it tonight just to make it work again. Okay. You are allowed to laugh at Edson Juice, and if you look, Tickle Hill Cemetery said that they were hurt.
No.
So look what you have
That
done.
was not my intention, but you're
Yeah.
meaner than me.
Are you a Gen Z? Are you young enough to be
No,
Gen
I'm
Z?
not.
You believe you're a millennial?
Yeah.
What year were you born?
97.
You were born in 97.
I'm a baby.
Oh, you are a baby. Okay. Hi, we have just started the second stream. Why? Because the first stream tanked. OBS crashed.
But we're good
Made
now.
this clean spot.
This does not bode well.
This bodes wonderful. Things are gonna be awesome. All right. And
You want to bring me to control it?
I will bring you the control. My wife is here now to read comments. We are saved.
Yeah. And I'm going to go back to sculpting.
Yes, we have puppers and we have white. Guys, right now your comments are like wild and free range because nobody's looking at it. So
Free range is a good way to put
be
it.
good.
But I think Stacy's in the chat and moderate.
Paint night number 1?
We have, yes. Wait, which one?
It's live now.
Yes, do the one that's live now. Let's see if you see us.
I see it.
Okay. All right. I am going to grab a head to start painting on.
Hey, Jones.
Bones Jones.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
What
Jones is here. You know what that means?
Oh, you got to hit the Jones. Where's Jones at?
Over here in the corner.
Why you gotta hit
Can they
him?
see him? No. We'll see him eventually. You got a tripod. I think we can see Jones. Jones is slinking
Oh.
behind things.
Jones!
Hi, Smog.
Bones Jones, there he is.
He's being a little creepy.
There, hit the button now, honey. Now we have a good Jones sighting. This is Jonesy. He's our shop supervisor. And here you see doggos doing their doggo thing.
Jinx was outside earlier giving me disapproved looks.
That is what Jinx do. And Chelsea is here sculpting. She is finishing her piece
Finishing.
while, finishing in air quotes. That's what you missed. While I do some painterrating. And the first thing I'm going to paint, you know what? I won't do it on the head. I'll do it on this. This is an orc. But earlier, I made a very pinky flesh.
That's Jones.
Was that Jones?
That's Jones.
He's loud.
He is a vocal young man.
Yes.
Hi, buddy.
Jones. He's gotten so big.
Oh, he's a beast.
And
Billy G says, Jonesy, my man.
I don't have a huge plan for him, but I think I'm going to go a little crazy with this. I'm going to grab my paints.
Rylan Chow, have you guys seen?
Would you run the Ozbot, honey, so it catches running around the room? Right now it's on kind of nothing.
Have you guys seen the Minjin Rock Fire Explosion animatronics? See them retrofitted to make a very realistic Halloween character.
What kind of animatronic?
Minjin Rock Fire. Most likely said that wrong because I'm not cool.
Ryan, check your spelling and see if we know what you're talking about.
Oh, good. You didn't know either.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Great. So many times you guys will say, I'll read something thinking, I bet I'm reading this wrong, or whoever did this.
And we'll say,
You're
you
just like,
don't
I
know what you're doing.
No,
Like,
oh yeah, that was a really good one. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? And y'all are in some kind of slang and it's talking about something that I have no knowledge of. And then Alan will look over at me, seeing that I'm confused, and go, "Wipe? Do you know what?" And he'll insert whatever the topic is. Do you know what that is? And he outs me
sometimes only we know
in front of
because
everybody.
you're not allowed in the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
It says, White, you're not cool. I know.
Hey, White,
Yo,
did you go to tripod?
I am having some pop-out trouble on the chat here.
Ruh-roh.
So let me.
You want to read from the big screen?
No, I want to see if I can get. See
She
what I
likes
got
her
on here.
little screen.
Ron says, "Is something like a Chuck E. Cheese character? Really cool movements. About 21 cylinders." Hello, Dan McCorson.
I'm aware of this. Well, yeah.
80 people are watching.
Hello, 80 people.
Jonesy is feeling like he needs loving. He shall have it. So what you working on? Orc?
I'm doing an orc, and I'm gonna do a crazy paint scheme that
How crazy?
I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We'll
You
see.
should do like reptilian style.
I
Like
just started a
There.
plan.
Good.
We are past the point of brilliant ideas, Chelsea. We're past the point of brilliant ideas.
oh, just like a split second
Time,
delay.
yeah, time for brilliant ideas was like 2 minutes ago.
Is that the orc from Hobbit, Lord of the Rings?
No, this is the Lord from Orc number 1 that I sculpted like 8 years ago.
Jamie Paxton says, it's a duck.
It is duck.
It is a duck. So earlier, I had Chelsea cut at the screen a lot
Yeah.
because I tried to get my
Chelsea.
program to change, do word swapping, and it took the information like it was really going to do it, and then I made her cut at the screen, and she had no problem just laying down a lot of swear words,
Must be.
and they all came through like a champ. So the word replacement did not change a thing. So I'll be working on that. And it's not that we actually cuss in here very much, but sometimes it'll hear something like duck, and it might type the wrong word because sadly more people say the other word than they do duck,
It said duck.
which tells you how poorly ducks are thought of.
Our Beauty says, why come silver in some of those spots and not all over?
You want to do something crazy?
I'm doing a
War paint.
Velatico that There's a skin condition with some different
Oh.
colors involved.
Yeah.
Like some colors drop out. And yeah,
That's so pretty.
so there you go. Yeah, this orc is one of my favorite sculpts I've ever done. Simply because he has been a werewolf. I had a theme park that ordered like 15 werewolf masks, and I was able to make him into a werewolf. I was able to make him into he's been a yeti. He's been a Krampus. He's been a lot of stuff.
Tiligo.
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo.
Okay. Yes, I knew it was a V word. My second favorite V word. Now I was gonna do something. I was gonna do a different color on here. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a different color. But I want to add red to it. Because if I do green blotches like that, it's gonna be too far out of the paint color scheme. So I've got to add some red to this green, which will make it a version of brown.
Riot Demon says vitiligo. That's how you say it.
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo. Gene Sanford says that is a nice sculpt. I do like that he can go werewolf if needed.
Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff.
Ken Zarish says werebat. What about that?
Well, I actually have two werebat sculpts over here. Would you go to Ozbot, my love?
Dan McCorson says I need something like permablood. I can make that. Will hold up in the weather. I'm looking for a cheaper alternative than permablood. Should I use Allen's blood recipe and just coat it in a clear?
No, go with 5-minute epoxy and mix in food coloring. 5-minute epoxy. That is cool. See, I did it again. Where, okay, I didn't read it that time. Every time I flash my palm, it thinks I want it to stop tracking me. Yeah, words. 5-minute epoxy and red food coloring or red ink. Either one is good. You got to mix and apply fast, but it's very weather resistant. It'll last forever. Oh, there's another bat over here. Ozbot.
Ozbot?
I need an Ozbot. Holding out for an Ozbot till the end of time. So I have two different bat creatures that I will do. And they will be painted. And I'm gonna, when I do those, I will paint and hair them in one night to get them knocked out. They'll probably be all that I do, but they will be within these 10 days. I will also be doing Masked Slasher's Doom Shroom that I have. I'll be painting that in this 10-day run. So beware.
Love for the Insane says, what is your favorite mask to work on?
I like werewolves, but I think my favorite mask is something new. Like the first time I paint something, that's always a lot of fun. The 12th time that I paint something is less fun. Did you go to Tripod, honey?
Got a heck of a delay on this. Bar Beauty says, I love that first bat mask. Ryland Chow says, I really like the bat creatures. It makes me feel like it's something bat related other than Dracula.
Well, there's a lot of bat creatures in Eastern European folklore, and they go into a lot of them in The Witcher. There are quite a few, and some are different types of vampire, but also there's some that are just, it's a big old bat monster. And I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to actually hit that with a heat gun. It might make the sound a little wonky. Do Ozbot it, honey? Like kind of whenever I walk away, I think switch to. What? Okay.
Thank you, Dan. Dan says that my sculpt was awesome and the art mask wasn't bad either. LOL.
Yeah. Yeah, Shannon's ghost mask is lovely.
Well, says she's thinking of Jones. Jones is in dire need of affection tonight. I don't know what's up with him. Jim
Yes.
Sanford says, I haven't seen The Witcher yet. Hi, Baba Daza.
Not the TV series. Actually, just look into the monsters of it. Like, do some Googling. They've got some real cool monsters.
Hey, Baba Daza. I have been here. I have just been a little more in the background, actually. But I'm here.
Very busy time for the wife.
I am here. Sometimes I just scurry in. Sometimes I just scurry in and I bring in the food and then I go back into the. Oh, you disappeared. I do, but I'm in the other room and I'm just looking. Plenty of action. Well, but I was saying, I know Frank is there, but I really thought someone was standing behind you. Ron said, hey, Ron, here's the woman comment reader, special button pusher has taken care of Alan. There's the, that's on your shirt saying, don't forget cooking laundry girl.
Right.
Definitely the laundry girl. Feige says, what kind of internet do y'all have there? I've been looking at options for my property.
So we have a broadband internet that is we're actually very happy with. We tried the satellite. We tried HughesNet satellite internet, and then a neighbor recommended this. HughesNet didn't last a month.
Oh, terrible.
Really terrible service from them for us. So, yeah. Alexa, turn on the air compressor, please. Alexa, turn on the air compressor.
Okay.
That's it. The new camera set up is awesome.
You know what? It is. I actually feel like I should apologize for how bad the live streams have been. And you guys have just hung on the whole time.
You mean with your camera?
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't think they were bad. I think
this
they
is
were
nice. This is because we have multiple cameras. We can get good detail shots. We even have a camera set up on Chelsea's Sculpt if you go to phone cam.
You know what? There's also a lot more going on in the shop in different directions now too.
Yeah. And we're about to get into the trans world push where there's just a lot of things happening trans world wise.
Ron says, I forgot shipping department and website administrator. That is true.
Right.
That
Got
is
to talk to
true.
my webmaster about that.
Gene says, I know Alan will do some magic and make this guy pop. Body Geek says, I'm probably going to have to go mobile hotspot. Riot Demon says, no apologies needed. Gene Sanford says, every time I don't get what he's up to, it makes sense later. Rob O'Brien says, we knew you were getting there. Riot Demon says, I like those eyeballs, Chelsea. Yes. Ken
Whoa.
Zeri, looking good, Chelsea. Jet Bull, very nice, Chelsea.
We're gonna find out
Everybody,
if I know what I'm doing today, okay? Because I may not. I'm winging it.
Chelsea, that looks good. Very good. Chelsea, very nice. Ooh, heck yeah, Chelsea, that looks great.
Thank you.
Chad says, are you going to vend on the Fear Expo?
It depends on how much work it takes for me to get set up on, because and I hate to say this, and because almost every spare moment that I have, I'm trying to learn new things to make the stream better, and that is what is obsessing my tech brain right now, and I don't really have that much of a tech brain.
Me either.
So for me to spend mental energy on tech stuff, right now it has to be on my stream, it has to be on my channel. And I don't know how hard it's going to be to learn their system and get uploaded and stuff. I'm generally not thrilled with virtual trade shows because I love actual trade shows. But yes. Am I going to? I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
Gene Sanford says that your sculpt, Chelsea, looks like the Gourd King.
He is the Gourd King.
Is that what he is?
Yeah.
Very
Maybe.
good. Very good.
Like, I don't know if a Gourd King already exists. I just kind of designed this guy.
If you guys have seen Chelsea's art before, that is unmistakably her style. I'm going to post her link on Instagram. Chelsea's at best.
Yeah. Instagram works.
So you guys can see some more of her artwork. And then when you see what she's making, you'll see that it really does. It's kind of an unmistakable style that she's got.
I've heard an owl outside. Not your dog.
Going back to you.
Okay.
Catwood says, Ellen, we look at the techie progress we have made the last couple of months, and it is awesome. We have all learned so much from the issues.
Well, there have been issues. Thanks for bringing that up.
King
Yeah.
says, Rodeo Houston has been canceled, so I'm not going to be going to Texas as soon as I planned. When
Well,
you move tripod cam, you are far left to right, Ellen, on tripod cam.
well, you know what? I'm far on that side because earlier I was
Do you want to stay there?
on the other side. No, I
Okay.
try to frame this shot so that I'm in it and the mask is in it, but it's also my detail shot. So, what do you do?
Well, jumping between the two of you, I can hear the airbrush going, and I know they'd like to see that. That's good. That's a great shot. Gene Sanford says, I'm always down for demonic-looking creatures. Baba Daza says you heard an owl. I bet you have loads of them around.
We do.
We have a lot of barred owls. Ooh, it makes a very unmistakable sound. Scarecrow 77, hello.
Who was that?
Scarecrow 77.
Hello, Scarecrow 77. Good to see you on again. If I had the controller, I would give you a Beastman fist bump
Oh, sorry. Okay.
because I just like scarecrows.
Scarecrow 77, this is for you.
Beastman fist bump. The great part about painting masks is that if this looks terrible, if it looks like Dookie, I can just paint over it.
Jeff Bull says, Chelsea, that mask is going to scare the crap out of some kids. Nice job.
Good.
Baba Daza, yes, barred owls. We have big, big barred owls out here.
I still haven't seen any yet. I want to see them.
They make that unmistakable hoo-hoo cooks for you. That's good. Yeah.
Whenever I'm parked up front waiting, like on y'all to open the gate, I love seeing all the different types of birds y'all have out here.
Oh my goodness.
So many birds.
Depending on what time of year it is, too, we have lots of migration through here. So it's very, if you're a bird like me, that is very exciting.
Yeah. Don't y'all have hummingbirds too?
Oh my God. Lousy with them. Baba Daza says, I wish I could see them at night. You know what? They're hard to catch, but we've seen them before swim over the pool. We've seen them light out in the trees.
That's
So
so
they're-
cool.
They're really pretty. Gene Sanford says, owls are bad omens and scary.
Who said that?
Gene Sanford.
No, owls are wonderful.
You kill your rat.
Owls are symbols of wisdom.
Love for the Insane said, I would love to be surrounded by owls. Chestnut says, I did that the other night. I tried something different when painting one of my masks. It sucked. So I based it out from round two.
Sometimes what we do sucks.
And that's okay. We learn from it.
Yeah. All right. So my airbrush is not going with the flow as much as I wanted to. I'm going to give it the old scrub-a-rooty.
Isn't that what airbrushes are supposed to do?
That's right.
Baba
It's a wonderful
Daza,
tool that works 10 minutes out of the hour you want it to.
Baba Daza, yes, we have lots of hummingbirds. Now they're not in season right now, but they'll come in the spring. and all through the late summer. Right now, they are south in Mexico. Dan McCorson says, we had a barred owl in our chicken coop last week. Scared the
Oh
crap out of me.
no! Did they kill any chickens?
Oh, I hope not.
I hope not.
Well, you don't ask.
Full of the Insane says, art is pain. That's why it's called painting.
Huh.
Painting. I need a Q-tip.
I hear a dog smoking back there.
You do.
I get a finer line now that I clean my tip snot off.
It's not lovely.
What? Tip snot. That's
Okay,
what
here,
happens.
get it again.
Tip snot sticks on top of your airbrush. Oh, that's better.
Baba Daza, I would love to. Are you, Alan and I are both very big bird nerds. We're big bird watchers. It's kind of funny when we travel. We have a bird book bag that we carry with our field glasses and our identification books
That's pretty cool.
and a sketch pad, and it's, what do we say? We're passionate bird watchers. So I can talk birds all day. We both do this.
Have
Kinda
you seen
funny,
those
you guys-
people who can like just grab and snatch a bird and just hold them?
It's not the point.
How do you do that? Like, I don't get the point. You shouldn't do that. I feel like you shouldn't.
What are they doing?
People who can just like snatch birds and just hold them. And...
Yeah, you call those cave dwellers. And they snatch birds out of the air to eat them. And then they eat bushels.
Cat Swift, here we have a season for hummingbirds. Because we are in North Texas, we can get very cold. Like we're gonna have some hard freeze down in the Kings next week. So we actually do have a season. So in the fall and winter, our hummingbirds migrate south, and they'll come back in the spring and summer. So we do have a season here.
And they are making me want to come back.
My family in California has them all year long. So they keep sending me pictures of them.
Oh.
Because they know I love them, but we don't have them right now, though I do have one feeder that I keep out for any strapping. Just in case. Dan McCorkin says, we have mice in there. I left the door open this morning. Oh, you need a cat. Cat Smith says, I don't think I've ever seen you sculpt a bird nest. Have you?
Yes, I have.
I feel like Alan sculpted everything.
Well, not everything, no, but
A lot.
I've been around the block.
Right, Demon? There are barn owls and barred owls. What we have are B-A-R-R-E-D. Barred.
Yes.
Like they have bars on their wings. Buddy Geeks has hummingbirds all year long in College Station. He's farther south than you are. I'm watching for them now. You guys just tell all the hummers that they can stop by my house here and I will feed them. This is a lot of sugar in the summer.
Body geeks. That's another thing that you could possibly do with Hauntland is honestly, if you had a couple golf carts and offered like bird watching tours, that's an off season. It's a small off season moneymaker, but it sure is fun and nice. We like golf courses
We do.
for bird watching.
But then if we're on the road or when we fly, we take our bird book with us.
It's so cool.
Because there's always a chance we're going to see something new. And so if you see two people with binoculars and books
They're burdened.
over on the side where everybody else is having a good time, and we're over there looking, that's probably Alan and I looking at birds. We are mildly ridiculous.
I didn't realize that y'all were that into it. I know y'all have like
love
hummingbirds
birds.
out here and stuff.
We do. We get a lot of birds here, but then when we travel, there's a new bird. There's going to be birds we haven't seen. So it's on. I get very excited.
Run,
watching. What do I want to do here? Let's go look at birds. Okay. My family in California, when we come there, they just roll their eyes and they're like, okay, let's get this out of the way. Where do you want to go? Well, we go here and here and here.
Okay, so
Buddy says, cool idea. I was thinking of putting in a non-RV campground.
I think that's a great idea.
Wow, that is a cool idea. Gene Sanford, thanks guys. I'm gonna get some shut. Oh, good night, Gene.
Good night, Gene.
Good night. Have a good one.
Why, you'll have to be my guide on what the camera's picking up here.
Let me see where you set them. That's good.
Well, it's going to turn this way, so.
Okay, I'm watching. Now you are not in the picture, but you're very good close up with what you're looking at.
That's fine.
Okay.
They don't care about me.
Cat Smith says, I'm trying to remember the technique that I had seen on Stan Winston. I didn't renew my sub. How do I get a spatter effect with the paint, with the airbrush? Is it an open all the way cone with low air pressure? I don't want to use the popsicle stick method.
It's just low air pressure. Just real low air pressure, and it won't send it out well. I normally open up my cone pretty large, but then I'll squeeze my hose. So I'm squeezing down on my hose to get low air pressure. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm getting spatters now.
And bring it down just a little bit. I can't see what you're doing. There you go.
And once you get it set, you get these nice spatters. And if you look like up top there where I was doing it, see the little speckles? That's from pinching the hose, so you get low air pressure. And that will dry your tip out pretty quick, so. And now I'm just doing some shading on this and see what that looks like.
That's what it says. Interesting. Did this technique to create a granite look.
You could, but normally in granite, each island of color is not outlined like that. And I certainly went bolder, then it's going to be the end product. So I'm going to wash over this too, and that's going to tone it down a little.
Hey, Seth Ashley. Dan McCourty says, I just acquired a 27-foot camper for free. I'm thinking of turning it into an escape room. I don't have much about them. I don't know much about them. What are your thoughts? Anyone with experience with that?
What is he turning it? A trailer?
A 27-foot camper
Okay.
into an escape room. That's what he's thinking about doing.
It depends on where you want to use it. Sometimes they'll let you do a commercial business out of a camper, and sometimes they will not. It's not going to have fire sprinklers, so you're going to have to work with whoever, where are you putting this? Obviously, it's mobile, so you're going to have to get several different approvals to run a business in these different locations. So, I mean, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. Could be cool.
Chad says, so is it safe to say that how open the cone is determines the size of the spatter spots?
No. The thickness of your fluid determines the size of the spatter spots.
Scarecrow 77 says bird watching on a golf course. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Well, if you think about it, it's a lovely place where all the people who are there are kind of quiet. They keep it really green. They tend to keep it pretty natural. So
There's always a water feature.
it's great for birds, and all the people who are there aren't really yelling. So it works out nice.
Dan's considering that to be an additional attraction for the thought in escape.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to leave it there, then you're probably okay.
Oh,
What's that?
it's Kitty. Father Dodger says, I never thought to bird watch on a golf course. Good night, Love for the Insane.
Good night.
Have a good night. Brett the UK says, hi. I made some orc key rings from some leftover plastic. Good fun. I've got 10 more different characters to do. I posted them on the website.
That's awesome. I'll have to look at that. I haven't really been online very much today. Today we went to dark hour and I unloaded all the stuff I bought at an auction. And that was pretty much my early day. And then I was working on some stream stuff, trying to get that better.
How to make sense of the camera.
Right.
You had to go pick up more shipping boxes.
Yeah, I had to go buy some boxes to get some new things shipped out, so I've not been online very much.
Put it on Ozbot for a second so they can see what Cheney just brought in.
What did Jamie bring in?
He brought in his unicorn. Oh, you can't see it.
Yeah, it's a uniform.
That is his unicorn. The lovely Christine Salavati who sent toys to the doggos. Christine, if you are watching, thank you again.
Yeah, doggos love it.
They love it. Babadaza says, what did you get? It looked so cool. At the auction.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of fake trees. I got some plexiglass tubes in order that are big enough to like put people inside of.
Oh, nice.
There for the lab. We got a lot of theater curtain and drape to hang up in between areas of the show, so each area can have its own lighting without a lot of light bleed. We have the benefit of high ceilings. What that also means, though, is that there's light bleed. So the theater drape will it helps separate into little islands and let each area have its own lighting.
St. June Parker says, I've recently seen a local paintball field use buses with mounted paintball guns to have a zombie horde for a Halloween attraction. Pretty cool. Something like that for off-season haunted houses.
We did that in
92,
2003
2004.
and 2004. So the first year I did it was 2003. We used trailers, of course, not buses, but it was fun. It was pretty unique. It was very different at the time. I think every market kind of has that show now, but it is a fun thing to do. I guess go to Ozbot, honey. Or you could go to Chelsea. Chelsea, did you bring a cup of urine?
Oh my goodness.
Pee.
Oh,
Why do you like those? It's peach green.
I look at this and I think someone needs to hydrate. That's what I think.
Chelsea, if you could see the concoctions the man drinks and eats, you would.
I'm just gonna let me do something.
Let's see what Chelsea's doing.
Yeah.
Scarecrow 77 says, "Who's the new chick?" Well,
New
Scarecrow 77.
That's me.
This chick is Chelsea.
Hello.
Chelsea is an artist who specializes in monsters. She's a local artist here in the Texas area.
She is 10 years old,
I am 10 years old.
and yeah.
So new chick is Chelsea.
That's me.
What are you doing to your sculpture now?
I'm giving him teeth. I think it's gonna look good if it's asymmetrical, just different sizes, and yeah. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit more dramatic though, like really tiny teeth and really big teeth.
Thank you, Scott Colhart, who posted Chelsea's links so
Thank
you guys
you.
can see her beautiful work.
Thank you.
Dan, of course, and Alan, I read that you can use borax for fireproofing. Is that true?
So go to Ozbot. I have to tell you no, because there isn't any certification that you can get if you fire retard your show with a borax solution. The reason to do it is, of course, is to make your show safer, but also you want to have paperwork that you can show to a fire marshal or fire inspector that you have done this. Because if you say, well, I made a borax solution and sprayed everything, there's just no proof for that. Normally, when you fireproof a show, I use New York Inspect-A-Shield from New York. It works great. It's not that expensive when you consider it, but it has documentation that you can show to a fire marshal. So, like even when you mix in fireproof flame retardant with your paint, when you get those packages and stuff, they have little certificates that you can show your fire marshal that you did it. So, could you mix up something and spray it on your props and hope that it'll work? Yes. I've also heard that Mean Green Cleaner solution works. I tested that one. It did not do anything. So you might mix up a batch and test it. If you're just doing it for your own peace of mind, maybe try it. But it's not a legal thing that you can do, so I wouldn't recommend it. If you're going to bother to do it, time is the most precious resource we have. If no fire marshal is making you do it, you don't think you need to do it, then don't waste time doing something that's not going to be legally effective, in my opinion.
Hello, Steve Haynes. He says hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Steve Haynes. Did you go for the pipe rod?
Hi, Phil.
Scarecrow now says, "Nice to meet you, and you're doing very good work."
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh.
He's met.
Thank you.
He's met Alan. Crips, hello. Says borax does work. I've tried it.
Okay, yes, and it may work as a flame retardant, but it's not going to give you any legal help. You know, if you're required to do it from the fire department, they're going to want to see labels. They're going to want to see something that will let them know that you did it. That's the hard part. Like in theory, you could, get your fire inspection and say, you know what, this door has to have a lock on it because it's open to the street and anybody could just walk into my show. But when we're open, I'm going to have an actor here, so if there's a fire, he can open it and let people out. That's never going to fly because they don't know for sure that that's going to happen. That's kind of a contingency. And they're not going to allow you to just say, yeah, I sprayed it all with this stuff. They're going to want to see some documentation.
Rylan Chow says, "Do you have a welder at Dark Hour? If you do, which kind? I want to know so I can find a good but cheap welder."
You know what? There's some things that I wouldn't necessarily focus on cheap. If I'm going to weld something, that means I want it to hold up, and maybe I don't want to go cheap. You might stay away from I'm not a welder, I don't know. But we do have a welder, I don't weld, but we actually have a professional welder who we bring in to do projects. Because often it's gonna be a life safety issue, so we wanna make sure that that is really covered and really safe. I feel like I'm Debbie Downer tonight talking about all these regulations.
No, hey, welcome aboard. You're not Debbie Downer. These are helpful answers for people. Again, it's not the sexy work.
No.
No,
Nay, nay.
it's not. Stay tuned, car care. Heck, I've only used borax for laundry and blacksmithing projects. The more you know.
I make a lot of slime with it.
Body Heat says, or as I read, they can take a blowtorch to your set and see if it passes the flame test.
That's an option. That's an
Ron
option,
Stepp
but
said- I'm sorry.
that's something that they may do or they may not do. That's not a guarantee.
Ron Sheff says asbestos is a great fireproofing, but you know it has cancer side effects.
Delicious.
Chad Smith says, how's the transformation going at dark hour?
It's slow. I mean, there's only 4 of us, so it's actually very slow. And I'm a little frustrated because I am stuck. The crew is working on it, but in order for us to move to the next thing, that has to be designed. So I'm in the office doing the design of the next thing. So I have to outwork them so that I can get to play and make some stuff. One of the reasons I was very excited about this approach is that I would get to do a lot of building that I wasn't able to do before. So far, that's not the case. But I'm still holding out that I'll be able to do it. And there are some projects on the horizon that are kind of Allen-only projects, just because of the crew that we happen to have right now. So they're coming.
Cat Swift says, I can't pull up Chelsea's Etsy shop. Are there 2 S's in Beast Soul? Is it Beast
Yeah,
Soul, one word?
Beast Soul, one word. Mm-hmm.
Beast Soul, one word?
It should be like beastsoul.etsy.com, and that should take you to it too.
beastsoul.etsy.com.
Our Beauty says, sometimes the best info is not the most sexy or fun, but worth knowing because it is important. Yes,
And legal.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
It is.
yes, and
Not
sadly, I have to answer in a way that is going to be legally sound and not always the most fun.
Rylan Chow, are you the owner of Dark Hour?
No, I'm the director of Dark Hour. I'm the director of Dark Hour. I do not own the show. I just run it and build it,
You make it pretty.
choose it. I am very blessed to have an owner who gives me a lot of freedom in the design department.
Hey, Plastic Ninja. Dan McCorson says, our own peace of mind. Our fire laws are really lax out here. It's kind of scary how little they enforce. I'll buy the good stuff. Thanks for the info. You have been a wealth of knowledge for me.
But you know what? Also, try out the borax. Try it out. See if it works. If it works, if it's only for your peace of mind. Now, there's also the note of if you do it and if you have an incident and your haunt burns down and people die, because it happens on a night when you're open, like that's one of the worst case scenarios. Would you rather have the documentation to say, I took all these steps and here's some of my proof, or I mixed up this stuff in a bucket because I heard it worked and that's what I used? And even if it works, it doesn't matter, because perception is what's going to vilify you or set you free. When you're thinking about that worst case scenario in the future, I want to have as many ducks in a row as possible to CMA, cover my buttocks. Buttocks does not start with A,
We
but
got
you get the idea.
Plastic Ninja says that's a nice looking fork type.
We're getting there.
Bob Benaza says, you're never a Debbie Downer, Alan. Helpful as always. Chad Smith says, how many rooms will you be changing scene-wise?
Every room and area is going to get some kind of change. Now, some 4 areas have to be completely rebuilt. And when I say area, it might be like 5 rooms. So, but in order to, because I guess go to Ozbot. Dark Hour has been set up for years in that we did all these off-season shows, and in the off-season shows, they were up for, they were open for a weekend or 2, then we tore them down and we put up another show. We had some sets that kind of stayed really similar but got an overlay. But we weren't, even the sets that never changed, which is very rare, it's a couple hallways where that's the case, we couldn't bring their level up to here because all of the sets that had to change over in 30 days, all you could do is get their level to here. So these would look way worse. So instead, we had sets that were there all the time that looked about here. That way, it wasn't too much of a disparity. It sucks to go into a haunted house and say, oh, that room is where they spent all their money. Oh, that room is where they spent all their time. And that's not something that you want to see. So now that we are only going to be open in October, we have that to focus on. It's very freeing in a sense where we can do whatever level of set work we want to do. I don't have to worry about, well, it has to look like something else in a month. No, it can be the best thing. It can be the best of that thing that it can be, if that makes sense. Now we can probably go back to this.
Queer Pass. Hello, Alan. You started last time a costume with red-orange wings. Is it finished? I think with Phoenix.
Oh, not a costume. That is a Phoenix that I'm working on. And probably this weekend I'll do another Patreon. That's a Patreon project. So I'll do another live on Patreon with not finishing the Phoenix, but getting further along in the Phoenix build. When the Phoenix is done, I will edit all those videos together into one Phoenix project video that I will put on YouTube.
Hello, Adam Durbin.
I think it's time for a wash. Yes. I have a black